Welcome to basically the first video I've ever put up on the channel. It's going to be sort of an introduction to what I'm going to talk about, just with the channel, what I'm going to use it for. And it's also just going to kind of provide a brief overview of how I feel about the state of hip-hop music at the moment. You know, how do I feel like things are going for just the culture, the sound? How do I feel about what's popular, what's not? So before we start, I'm going to crack open a cold soda. Just got out of work. You know. So basically, there's actually a lot going on in rap music right now, and that's kind of what motivated me to start the channel. Start this channel was there's just been so much music this summer, so many big releases: Pusha T, Kid See Ghost, Ye, Drake, the Future mixtape, Childish Gambino's dropping soon, Young Thug's dropping soon. I mean, Post dropped not that long ago, and I don't like all these artists. I'm just saying the big names, but I feel like now is a better time than ever to start conversation in as many areas as possible about rap music, because rap is becoming pop if it's not already. And I don't mean pop as in the sound, I just mean pop as in it's the popular culture. And that's just kind of what the state of entertainment music is at. You look at an artist like Drake, who shatters streaming records, and it's ridiculous. Or you look at an album like The Life of Pablo, it goes crazy with streams. I know he sold streams to Sprint or whatever, but either way, or maybe that was Jay-Z that did that, but someone did that. Either way, regardless of number inflation, things like what Drake does, but it's still crazy to see where rap music has gotten and just where it is, you know? And I've always been into rap music ever since I was sort of a child, actually, since I was about 8 years old. And I feel like I'm in an area where there isn't much hip-hop discussion. I live in a rural area of New York, and people around here don't really appreciate rap beyond its mainstream pop value. That people don't listen to artists other than Drake, you know, or Post Malone, or just people who I feel like are kind of capitalizing on a poetic and beautiful art form. So I thought, what better way to start changing that than to discuss rap music? So let's just dive right into it. 2018's been a wild year for rap music. I mean, we knew right off the bat when January came, things were going to get crazy. Just because when you have years in hip hop that are good, you know eventually a great one is going to come. And last year was amazing. We got Damn, 444, Big Fish Theory, Flower Boy came out, Layla's Wisdom. A lot of great albums, a lot of great Grammy nods, some snubs. 0 for 8 for Jay-Z. Don't know how I felt about that, but you could feel hip-hop building up for a great year. And the first album I personally just was blown away by this year was J. Cole with KOD. I know a lot of people think Cole's just generic or boring, but I do really think that this album had a lot of substance and had a lot of messages and just a lot of good points. He said a lot of things that I thought were important, like Window Pane, I think is a beautiful song. Some of the lines on there, just his delivery right off the bat, I think it's great. Photograph was kind of a weird song, but there's a lot of great songs on there, and I just felt like it was a good start to what was building up to be a crazy year. And then all of a sudden, we get Mr. Kanye West, okay? And I know I'm not going to get into his politics or anything that might upset anybody quite yet. I'll get to that later videos. But so he announces this Pusha T album out of nowhere on Twitter, and then he's announcing his album and a Cudi album and the Tiana Taylor album and then a Nas album. And it's like, what's this guy doing? You know, there's no way all these albums land on time. And it's like, this is Good Fridays but with albums. And to many surprise, I actually think it turned out pretty well. I actually have the Wyoming shirt right here. I know a lot of people might not like Ye, but I thought it was actually a really poetic and just true to self album. I thought it was great how Kanye West opened up about his more personal mental issues, and then I thought they followed up with a great sequel with Kid See Ghost. And I just really think that it was him and Cudi just going bar for bar, just swinging it like bats, just killing these crazy spacey rap beats that nobody else could really touch. And I thought it was a great follow-up to Ye. And not to ignore Daytona. Daytona's my favorite project of all the ones that came out through May and June, I really it's actually probably one of my favorite projects of the year, if not my favorite. I thought Kanye's production was the best on that album. Maybe Kids See Ghosts would give it a run for its money, but I just think the Daytona beats, like you get Games We Play, second song on the album, and it just boom, boom, and it just, oh my goodness gracious, is great. And the beat slaps, Pusha T with the coke bars, and a couple bars about other things, and I really appreciated that, because I appreciate his coke rap because it's his reality, it's his truth, and he raps about it, and I feel like hip-hop gives us a way to better understand realities we don't come from, and that's why I think it's great, is I listen to him and I can't quite relate to what he's saying, but it lets you build up empathy, and I can understand someone in his position and why he's done the things he's done and become the person he's become. And I just think that it was a great album. Infrared started the whole beef. I'm going to definitely save that for a separate discussion, but I really actually thought the Good Friday sort of thing turned out well. The albums were all actually, I enjoyed all of them other than the Tiana Taylor album. I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it wasn't what she wanted, and I don't think it turned out how it was meant to turn out at all. But other than that, I mean, I think Kanye hit it great with the production. Even on that album, I think the production was decent. The bars on all the albums that were rap albums, I enjoyed. The Nas album, a lot of people called it 2018 Illmatic, but then more people said it was trash. I'm kind of a middleman. I think Nas showed up lyrically as Nas always does. The production wasn't perfect, but it also wasn't bad. I mean, it was actually, I think, way above average production, but it was not above Kanye West's average maybe, so that could have been the problem. But I just think hip-hop's in a great state right now, and now is the time to talk about it. So we're going to get into way more in follow-up videos. I'm going to try to do one a day. If you have any topics of recommendation, I mean, it's probably going to be a while before I'm getting those comments about that, but if you have anything you want to hear me discuss or my opinions on it, just to give you some things of what's coming, I'm going to give my opinions on who I think is the best rapper in the game, what I think the best project of the year is. I'm going to try to do those like quarterly or something, kind of just talk about who my favorite all time is, my favorite albums. I might do reviews for albums here and there if I think they're worth reviewing, and just actually anything hip-hop. I just love to talk about it. It's one of my passions, and not many people in my area like it, so what better way than to connect with you about it. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and comment what you want to hear about. Have a nice day.